Meet Crew Podcast. We are the change we desire to see in this world. If you won't change, you have to be the change. We are looking for 3 more hosts to join our team. If you have a message for the world and would like to be a part of the hottest new podcast and media network rocking the podcast world right now, join Crew Podcast and Media Network. Looking for a little exposure? Allow each TIA Enterprises the opportunity to share your brand around the world. We will work with you to develop a package that fits your budget. Contact AEA via email and schedule a consultation. crewpodcast2023@gmail.com. We are the change we desire to see.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is a founding sponsor for Crew Podcast. Get featured inside the magazine and allow your voice to be heard around the world.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is an international magazine founded in May of 2020 by Queen Angela. Get featured.
Hey, and welcome to, I can't say episode 126 because this is not an actual episode. Tonight, guess what? Y'all gonna get an opportunity to meet us uncensored. We're gonna be live, we're gonna be uncensored. Ain't no telling what we might say. So what come up is gonna come out. I tell you, I'm excited to be amongst these queens because I tell you, we be having some times. I be telling you, when we be behind them scenes, we be having some time. We laugh, we cry, we are there for each other. When I tell you, we are truly a family. We are truly a family. I have learned, I have grown, I tell you, when God know what you need, He know what you need. And I tell you, these group of women have been just what I needed for this season in my life. They helped me through, I tell you, some rough times, because going to school and maintaining a 4.0, y'all, I did it. I walked on yesterday, soon cum laude. I tell you, 30 years later, I tell you, when I hear LaTanya say delayed but not denied, I'm often reminded of that's my story too. So I'm so glad that she's on here and able to share other people's journey and to let them know that you may be delayed, but you're never denied. And I tell you, that sense of walking across that stage on yesterday and doing something that I started in 1993 when I graduated originally from high school. I went to 2 colleges and played basketball. I did all that, but I did not complete the task. But on yesterday, I can say I completed the task, y'all. I completed the task. It's over. It's done with. Next journey. So I am Queen Angela, of course, across these social media platforms. For those that do not know who I am the visionary behind this amazing network. I am the managing partner. I have 2 partners, Hezekiah Morris and Apostle Tamala Lucas. But I am, of course, the managing partner. You'll probably see me more than you see them. Also, I am a host on the network as well. I thought I was going to be able to put it down, y'all, but I just couldn't put it down. Just sitting amongst these amazing queens and just hearing their stories, and I just couldn't put it down. So I now have a show every 4 weeks on Monday. Every 4th Monday. I'm not going to say every 4 weeks on Monday, because it's not always. Is whenever we have a 5th week or a 5th whatever, it don't always turn out every 4 weeks. So every 4th Monday, my show has changed twice, but this is the last time it's going to change. This is the permanent. This is it. I am going to be bringing awareness to those individuals that support those that are incarcerated. So those wives and girlfriends of those that are incarcerated, I'm going to give them an opportunity to come on the show and share from different perspectives. You're going to get a first chance to hear my show on the 27th of this month. But tonight, it's not about me, but it's about all of us. So I'm going to move on out the way, and I'm going to bring them up one by one and allow them to introduce themselves. And then guess what? Y'all going to get to ask questions. So post your questions. Share this in your circle of influence. All those questions that you've been wanting to know about the Crew Podcast as you tune in and hear these shows. I want you to ask them tonight, and know that every third Sunday, you guys are going to get the opportunity to chat with us, to see us in our rawness. So I'm going to bring up Black Diamond first. Hey, hey, hey. You muted.
Hey everybody, this is Black Diamond. Happy Sunday evening. How are you, Angela? And congratulations. Congratulations. I mean, you can do it. I'm just loving it. So
Thank
congratulations.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a long journey, but we here, we here.
Did it. Yeah. I'm in the DMV area, and my show is every other Friday. And it's the first and third, usually the first and third of the month, but sometimes I get a bonus show. So we just talk about anything and everything. My platform, it can go from parenting to mental health to child support to MS, to talking about books, talking about movies, talking about whatever's going on in your community. I try to stay away from politics because it can get a little messy. I don't necessarily talk about religion, but if I have a guest that wants to talk about certain subjects around religion, because I have a special guest coming up on the 6th, and he's so I just can't miss that one. So we do talk about different things. I am a parent. I am parenting 12 children, 6 boys and 6 girls. I have 2 minors left at home, and I am a social worker. I am the author of several children's books and other anthologies as well. I am a parent coach, a life coach. I sell candles. I have the bedroom candles that's available. We're going to have some special candles coming up for the holiday season. And I'm just open with conversations, but I usually try to keep my platform, and I'm believing everybody else does the same thing. We try to keep it as clean as we can. So that's me, Black Diamond. And if you just want to chat and talk about anything, just let me know. I'm here.
All right, all right. And next we have Patrice.
Hey everyone, I'm Patrice Grimble, otherwise known as SC Book Gal 843, and my show is SC Book Gals and Friends Chat. And my show is about books, readers, authors. I give authors a chance to tell everyone about their books. I don't really touch on life issues. Like, I just want to give authors a platform and also show the world that African Americans do read. A mother of two. I have an 8-year-old and a soon to be 21-year. Oh, that's scary. I got a 21-year-old, and yeah, I just like to laugh and have fun. Just really love giving authors a chance to branch out, talk about their brand, and just being able to connect the authors and the readers. That's my show.
All right, all right. And next we have Latanya.
Good evening, everyone. I am Latanya Michelle Littlejohn. I am the host of Delay But Not Denied, the podcast. My shows are second Mondays and fourth Fridays of every month. My platform is disabilities. However, everybody has a story to tell, so I made it a way for everybody to come on, that has something going on that they want to talk about. I'm open to it. So that's what I do. And Queen Angela, I want to congratulate you again. Proud of you. Proud of you. And as you said before, you may be delayed, but you're never denied. What God has for you is for you. So we're all here tonight to have fun. Have fun. I don't it I have nothing else. Let's jump into it.
We have Apostle.
Praise everybody. How y'all doing? I just thank God.
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to see everybody and hallelujah, pressing on and holding on. I'm telling you, I have my own podcast called Come Home, Stop Talking About It. We on there every Sunday preaching the word, but throughout the week, I do have people come on and just tell their story. You can testify, sing, wherever. You're free. And so I'm just excited about that. The door is open. So if you want to come on there, come on. Bring it on. Let's go. And that's all I have to say.
And we have Sharita.
Hey y'all, I'm finally here. Like when I tell y'all every single thing, my phone, my laptop, everything was like, nope. So I have been over here, like everything I've tried to do today has literally been no. But I was not defeated, so I am here.
Wow. All right. Well, we are the crew. We may be missing a few, but we are the crew. We are the crew, and we are here tonight. We don't have a specific topic that we're gonna be talking about. We're just on here to give you guys a chance to see who we are and what we do. And when we not being so professional in front of these cameras, but like what we be talking about behind the scenes, like we was having a conversation before we come live. Me and Patrice and Latanya, we were sitting back there and we was talking, everything that is in those Simpson shows and how they be coming to life. Like how they just be coming to pass, how they just be coming to truth. Like I know, do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that show when they was talking about Maui and how they were that the people from outer space was beaming down and they was pointing lasers and they was zapping everything and everything was burning up except for blue stuff. Y'all remember that?
I do.
Because if you look at the videos and look at the stuff that happened in Maui, y'all, that's what happened in Maui. So what is that really all about?
See,
like, really, what is it all about? Like, I'm like, every time they show something on these Simpsons, it's like these people know what be going on. So
they got the cheat code.
I'm trying to figure out really what it is.
They got the cheat code.
Can somebody help me?
You see, the thing is, I was never allowed.
Time, it ain't the first time.
No,
I was never allowed
when.
No, man.
You weren't allowed to look at The Simpsons?
Nope.
The Simpsons has been telling everything since they been out. So if you don't watch The Simpsons, you are kind of behind the times because they predict everything
and be dead on.
Well, see, my grandma was very religious, you guys. So we weren't allowed to look at The Simpsons. So I always heard about people talking about it at school. And it wasn't until, I started working in the library that they were talking about how The Simpsons was always predicting the future. So when we were talking about it, I posted the article, but I never actually sat down and was able to look at an episode of The Simpsons. Mother Grimble was not hearing that.
Well, listen, I mean, all of this stuff, if you watch any of like the natural disaster movies or iRobot or anything like that, they pretty much put everything in plain sight. It's up to us to actually recognize it when we see it. And most of the time we just, it's just a movie. But the way I am, I'm such a nerd that if you show me something like that, I'm like, who they been talking to make this movie? Because this is too realistic. Because when that came out, I think 2004, 2005, when iRobot came out, and if you look at what's happening in today's society, that's basically what it is. And it referred back to the story Hansel and Gretel. And it had bits and pieces of that. And so everything that we've been dealing with, we've been giving breadcrumbs, like the story Hansel and Gretel. So if you're able to pick up the breadcrumbs, you're able to understand and connect the dots. That's the way my mind operates. So that's why it's the nerd in me. And my kids are like, okay, you're doing too much. Just focus on right here. And I'm like, no. If you look at these little breadcrumbs, you'll get a loaf of bread eventually if you pick them all up.
Right.
So yeah.
So now you got me
So what about?
Now I got to think it, right?
I was looking at The Purge last night.
What about Disney and Disney putting the little sexual stuff in their little advertisement and they love and they love stuff too, and how they say that if you listen closely to different little things that the characters are saying, they're saying little sexual stuff.
Yes,
it said something sexual in the Lion King. If
y'all don't really watch some of these people on TikTok, some of these people on TikTok really be breaking down some stuff. Now they be breaking down. So I be trying to get the ones with the information. I don't be with the foolishness, but I be trying to tap into the ones with the information, like the ones that's gonna tell you about the H320 and how regular water just really ain't good for us, and how we need to be getting our water from vegetables and fruits, and what fruit has the most water in it and stuff like that. That's what I be trying to get. But then they always want to keep this stuff from us. They always trying to keep it from us, just like this fake chicken and stuff shredding apart, and these fake eggs and all kind of stuff. Now you look at some of these TikToks and how these folks be, man. I'm looking at them dipping greens. They dip the greens down in something, and then they sit them on something, and then you look over there at the greens be jumping around and doing all kind of stuff, and you like, what's the freak? And then they sending all that stuff over here to us. But not only that, did y'all know that China owns 23% of the land here in the U.S.? China.
I believe it.
Did y'all know and understand that?
I believe
I mean, all of that has been changing for years. All of that stuff has been changing.
But they bring the U.S. would allow. They allow. You notice that they don't. You notice in certain neighborhoods you don't see a lot of Chinese folks. You don't see no hair. You don't see no beauty supply stores. You don't see no Chinese restaurants. But where you go and you see a whole bunch of them on every corner. Who neighborhoods you go to?
And you see them people in neighborhood. They on every corner.
They be right there in our neighborhood. And then they want to tell. Up in Philadelphia, they was telling the vendors don't sell to black people. Don't sell to the black hair supply stores. And the people in Philadelphia was boycotting the Chinese hair supply stores. Now I'm telling you, this stuff is getting real around here. So,
but all of this stuff is basically But it's all been in plain sight for years, though. It's just now that we're starting to pay attention. A lot of this stuff wasn't hidden. It's just right there in plain sight. And that's the thing. Now we're starting to pay attention. The things that, you know, like with the water, the food, the land, all of this stuff has been right there. And they say if you ever want to hide something from someone, put it in plain sight, not necessarily in a book, because it's always in plain sight. Because when you start to sit and you look back in hindsight 2020, it's always been there. It's just that you weren't paying no attention because your attention was focused elsewhere. We're easily distracted. And that's the thing. We can easily be distracted by a 20-second clip of some foolishness. And then we stuck over there for 3 days on that 20-second clip of nothing. And now it's like, okay, they don't went and made 3 trade deals over there, and our money don't mean nothing. But we still stuck on that 20-second clip of nothing. So it's always been there. It's just now that we're paying attention.
But as far as like the hair salon, well, not the hair salons, but the hair stores, if Black people were to put their money into places and things that's intuitive to what they're trying to have, we can have our own beauty supply stores. We can shop from each other instead of having to go to these Asian spots to get things. Like, how do they know more about us than we know about ourselves? How much sense does that make?
It's not necessarily. It's one of the things that we have always been looked upon as. We can't go to each other because it's always a competition within us. And so always we got to one up each other. And if we can't support each other, I got a whole bunch of information that I'm willing to share with anybody. However, like I had this conversation with a friend of mine a couple years ago. And it was like, okay, let's just say I got 5 people that I have a class that I want to share with them. Now, if I share this information with these 5 can take it and share it with 5 other people. However, 4 people out of that same group will not share it with anyone else because they don't want the next person to be bigger than them. Now, I also put the analogy in, let's say you're in the middle of like a thrift store and everything that's free in that bin, you can take whatever you want and do whatever you want with it. But if it's going to cost you something, you're going to go and pay that cost instead of getting everything that you can for free because you feel like what's free is not enough. And so it's like, oh, if it's free, they're going to give it to everybody and it's not worth anything. So I'd rather go over here and pay. And it's like, okay, well, you can get all of this information. You can share it with 5 other people, but you rather not. So those 5 people could make 10 people. 10 can make 15. 15 can make 20. However, you won't share that information because you're afraid. And that's what happens with us all the time. We're afraid to share with each other because we don't want the person to get above us. But it's like, okay, you're going to get to your destination at the time you're supposed to get to that destination. Your time and your situation is going to be different. When it's for you, it's for you. No one can take it away from you. So you might have to go on 2 different detours or whatever, but the destination is still always going to be yours. But we're so bent on not letting somebody else get the information that we have to share with other people. And it's like we all can eat at the same table at the same time. If you share what you have, you can always pour into somebody else's cup. But if the cups are together, it's going to overflow into the next cup and into that next cup, into that next cup. So you're never depleted. You're never ran dry. But we are in such a competition and we always want to wear these labels of everyone else. But it's just annoying to me. It's like I don't want to keep what I got because when I'm gone, I'm gone. I can't give it to nobody else.
Right. So how about we talk about those?
Can't do nothing with it. Can't take it with you. You can't do nothing with it. You ain't got no control over who do what with when you gone. So it's about you enjoying what you can while you here. And my thing is, like you say, I want to be empty when I lay down. When I lay down every night, I want to be
Exactly.
empty, because guess what? When he extend his grace and his mercy one more time, I want him to fill me up anew. I don't want none of the old stuff. I want a new. I want a fresh batch. I want something that's gonna make me get up and get me on the road. That's gonna keep me charged up and keep me fired up. I don't. I want to be empty.
So what about this?
I want to give. That's why I give as I give.
What about the free group?
Okay, Patrice.
The free group. The I can't do it if it ain't free. That's what I have to deal with. I can't do it if it ain't free. I'm like, really? Like, you could read my book and give me a review, but it got to be free.
Yeah.
But make sure you give me a 5-star review.
Right.
Yeah. They want to tell you how to service them.
Like,
they want to give you the instructions on how to do it, but they'll go pay somebody else to do the same thing. And that's the thing that bothers me the most. And it's like, okay, are you on a discount? You know, like what we learn to do is what we've learned to do, but you gonna go pay Susan over there what she's asking. But me, I'm asking because we the same kinfolk, skin color. We gotta do the same thing.
Yes. They would get on the payment plan, baby. They ain't gonna just pay. They will get on. They be on the payment plan type stuff. And this is something that gets under my skin, and I talk about this all the time. You have these people, and I stay humble. I stay humble, but 2024, it may change. It may change now. I'm telling you, because I sit back and I watch even. Yeah, and I ain't said nothing. Y'all have it's been some people that have just I'm talking about dog me out. But I watched them come on my show. I watched them come on my network. I watched them. And you I just sit back and I just watch. You doubt me out, but yet you still need something. See, you didn't know it was me.
Exactly.
See, a lot of them didn't know it was me because I deep back in the background. They didn't know it was me. But then you need something that we're providing, because one thing I don't do is carry grudges, baby. That's one thing I don't do, because guess what? I've learned that if you forgive, you are forgiven. And I want to be forgiven. Exactly. I don't want nothing to be held over me. So you know what? I constantly walk in forgiveness. I constantly am turning the left and the right in the butt cheeks and all of the cheeks, because guess what? I don't want no stone flying out for me. I don't want none of that. I'm for real. Like I don't get it.
She said in the butt cheeks, but I get where you're coming from.
I'm sitting here. You know, I'm sitting here like, you can pay $1,000 to be in a book over here when the same opportunity right here for 13, 33, and 23, 23. And 53, 33.
I've watched some of that myself, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is what you're doing. But there's no benefit to the people that you call yourself supplying a service for. You know, it's all self. It's all about self. There is no selflessness in it, you know. And I've had some people. This is one of the things that I've learned about God, that he will send you those same people who mistreated you back to you just to see how you're going to respond to them. So it is great to be humble and to understand. That's why, like, I've had so many people that have said so many things about me that have no idea that I know. And it's like, okay, I know what you said, I know what you did, but that's not my issue. That's your issue, and that's your burden that you got to bear, because my assignment is different than yours. So I'm going to still help you get to what you need and where you need to go. But whatever you said about me, baby, that was your day. You was having a bad one, because at the end of the day, I still love me, and that's what's going to matter at the end of the day. I'm still going to be called to do what God told me to do. So you ain't got to like me, and you ain't got to love me, but God does, and I'm just here to do what he told me to do. And he said, go on over there and help her like I told you to, because I got something else for you to do. So go on and do what I said. Now, sometimes I might have to argue with him about it, but I go on and do it, though. I go on and do it because I don't need that backlash over here. But I go on and do it. I just be, God, look here. You really, this is what I got to do today? Yeah, go on and do what I said. And I go do it, but it's just like, okay, yeah. I know he be up there talking like this child here. Because she's something else.
Boy. But he created us all in his image. So, you know, while we out here going from pit to pat, he already know what we got going on.
Look, he gave me 3 children that be sitting up there calling each other, talking about, your mama over here ain't doing what I told her to do. And I'm like, y'all can't be. Then they get to talking to God, and God be like, y'all problem today. I'm off duty. Y'all gonna handle her how y'all need to. Yeah, he off duty today dealing with me. I don't got fussed at today, boy. I'm supposed to be in the bed, y'all. I'm about to be in trouble when I go get him, because y'all know I'm not good at telling no lies, because he gonna ask me what I was doing. And I can't tell him I was in the bed because I ain't even in the bed. So, you know, I'm going to be in trouble.
Nephew,
I got to go in a minute to go pick him up. Don't be tagging him in this, because then I'm going to get in trouble for real. Let me tell on myself.
I just said, nephew, rewatch.
Let me tell on myself, because I'm going to get it anyway, because, you know, he talking about, we went and washed clothes earlier today, and so I've been hurt and I've been in pain most of the day today. And he said, okay, I cooked my dinner, and he was like, okay, we home now, don't you touch them clothes, I don't want you in here doing nothing. And I said, well, what you mean by nothing? He said, now you know what I mean by nothing. I don't need you. He said, okay, you know what? Since you can't understand let me make a demonstration for you. Don't pick up no clothes and do this motion right here. No folding. Stay in the bed until you got to come pick me up. I said, oh, okay. That's what you mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I got to go get him, y'all. I can't lie. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. So, yeah. So yeah, he gonna be made. He gonna because I'm supposed to be in the bed, and I'm not in the bed.
Any of our Facebook? Because we gonna have to share this.
He might be. Y'all can find him, Nate Brown. That's who. He ain't got no picture or nothing on there. He don't do pictures, but he on there. If you tag my child, my daughter in something, she gonna tell. So that's what they do. They snitch on me all the time.
They do.
I be in trouble some days before I get home from work, and I ain't done that. At least I don't be thinking I don't done nothing, but they do. So.
Because you be doing the most sometimes.
Pray for it.
You be doing the most.
See there, that ain't even that. No, I don't. I just be doing what I supposed to. I think I supposed to be doing.
See, y'all, we have finally got over 500 followers.
Yay!
We got 648.
I want a postal background.
On the road to 1,000.
You gotta get you a background, girl.
I want her background. It's nice.
All right, y'all. Listen, I got to go before I go. I was in trouble.
I thought I was on mute saying that to myself. I thought it was on mute, and I was saying I wanted a postal background, but I ain't.
No, you wasn't.
Oh, you want a postal background?
I thought it was on mute. I just looking at it back and like, it's so pretty.
Well, mine is just it's a butterfly. I ordered that one off of Amazon because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I ordered this one off of Amazon. It went for $20.
Y'all see my grand piano.
Yeah, you can get you
one. All right, I love y'all. I gotta go get
one made.
I will see you tomorrow night.
All right,
To be at 8 o'clock.
You know we live, right? So everybody's seeing.
Well, yeah,
I got you. I already told Nate I got to be on the podcast tomorrow.
It's a takeover.
Love you. I got you.
Hey, Anaya.
Hey, pretty
Hey,
girl.
Anaya, we see her.
Patrice, my background is free.
Background free?
My background's free. I just went online and put gold background.
Oh wow.
Okay, I need to get a gold background. That's so pretty. You see her background? It's pretty.
You
I'm
say
sorry,
gold
y'all. We
background?
looking at two different.
But Patrice, can we talk about that that little dessert that you were eating backstage?
So you guys,
Remember they nasty food.
I went for sticky fingers, okay?
Everybody cannot cook.
I got
I
this
swear
sweet
they can.
potato casserole. That's how. Look,
She got it from a
Sticky
barbecue restaurant. She got
Yes.
it from a barbecue restaurant, and it's not it's a Caucasian barbecue restaurant, and they like to cook soul food, but they soul food don't be soul food.
It looked
It be
nasty.
some other kind of food.
It
Yeah,
got all the rhythm.
She
but
said
no-
it is.
I'm so
It got
used
all
to
the blues
eating
but no rhythm.
nothing. I'm so used. I love sweet potato casserole. Okay, and Piggly Wiggly down here has some good sweet potato casserole. So I had an outreach for work. I didn't feel like cooking. Got wet in the rain, so it had sweet potato casserole. Y'all was ready. Ain't had no spoon. Was hungry. Finger.
It
That's
looked like it's
nasty.
burnt. It was burnt.
You know, I
They smoked it too long.
ain't.
But she
They
got me
probably
when
tried
she
to put it
said,
on the
"Let
grill.
me get this taste out of my mouth," and followed it up with some water,
Yes.
some tasteless water.
Y'all, there's this big piece of sweet potato right here. Like the sweet potato is supposed to be incorporated with everything. Look like they just, you know what? Jesus be offense. That's all I like to say. Let's put it like this.
Jesus be
I'm not gonna
look.
say it's fix me some real food.
That's probably why they went out of business in Myrtle Beach. Because we had one of them in Myrtle Beach, and they went out of business during COVID. I'm talking about like one day we was in there eating. We went in there to eat one day, and then we went back the next week, and they were closed, and they never opened again.
Wow.
Wasn't there a restaurant?
But I see that they
happened
barbecue
to?
sauce be still in the grocery stores. They barbecue sauce on the shelf. It be good.
They good at something.
But barbecue sauce ain't gonna do nothing for that casserole. Ain't gonna do nothing for that casserole.
I saw you talking, Black Diamond, but it seems like you're muted.
No,
Black Diamond muted.
I asked you a question. I was saying, is that the first time you eaten from?
She was muted.
No. The first time I had the sweet potato casserole.
He keep muting her.
No,
But this, I'm so highly disappointed. It was this is nasty. And I drank some water. Y'all know me. I'm always drinking my water. That water, I still got that taste in my mouth right now. It's And I'm a fat girl, so I need to eat. This is just, it's not right. Who I have to write a letter to?
Corporate.
Black Diamond, what you trying to say?
I didn't say anything. I asked her. She answered it.
Because we
I
can't
asked
hear
her
you. What you was saying?
Hold on for a minute.
No.
Can you hear me now?
Now.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
was saying, I guess because I was talking throughout the whole thing, you guys wasn't answering. No, I was asking her. She answered, was that the first time she's eaten there? And she said that she wanted to report them to corporate. It's probably a family-owned business, so you're not going to get anywhere with that.
Okay, I have something to confess.
Yeah, they are. They are a family-owned barbecue business. Sticky Fingers. They closed in Myrtle Beach.
Can
they
I
went
say
right on
something,
Charleston.
Black
You say they
Diamond?
just opened down there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Black Diamond, can I say something?
Yes.
Sure.
Am I the only one singing "Turn on the Lights" during her commercials?
No, ma'am, you are not. And when it gets to that part about the shower, no, not that part. When he says, "I'll wash your body," I go in right there.
I look forward to the commercial on your show with your candles. Like, I literally be in the room singing, and my daughter come in here, look at me, Mommy, what's your noise? I'm sorry, I had to admit that. I apologize. Okay, I'm going back in the corner.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are singing to it.
I love it.
Y'all crazy.
Thank you. You guys gonna get me censored.
This is the uncensored edition.
That's what I need to put on there.
This is the uncensored edition, so uncensored edition.
Patrice over there singing in her head.
But I want to talk about that chicken. That chicken. I want to talk about that chicken.
The funeral chicken. The funeral
chicken. That new age chicken that they got coming out. the chicken that they making in these tubes and in these tanks and they not. I'm trying to figure. They just making them from cells. Now y'all heard about the stuff they putting in water up in Philadelphia. They say small amounts they was putting in water. I forget the name of it, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find that thing. But they say when it was tested on these frogs, it say it was turning the frogs that were male frogs were turning into women frogs and were able to produce. Now you tell me how is you putting something like that in water and thinking that ain't gonna have an effect on people eventually? It's gonna affect us in some kind of way.
Well,
that's why I argue with my doctor about water.
There was a scientist that they got rid of.
It's never done me like that.
There was a scientist that they got rid of because he proved that in the 70s and 80s that when you put your plastic in the microwave, it will cause your boys, before you carry them, it will cause them to have the gene of a girl. So when they come out, they'll be saying, hated it, and they knew that, right? Because they did it on purpose. They did it on purpose. And I was like, Lord, yeah, they said that. I'll be watching documentaries, honey. I watch them all the time. And then the mafia in the 70s, they used to grind people up. So people was eating humans in the 70s.
Yes.
That's what they said. In the 1970s, the mafia, when they will take the people and grind them up. See,
they talking about it now. They say, look at the location of some of these funeral parlors and food plants.
Giving true meaning to the word.
Right there in the same community.
Man, man, I'm telling you,
ain't nobody got time.
All kind of stuff been going on.
So
and I'm telling what we've been eating for bologna and Winnie's and all kind of stuff. But it's just
processed meat.
We don't know what we eat.
Processed grind. They've been gluing stuff together like steak. They talking about strip steaks and all these different steaks and gluing this stuff together like just gluing meat together, putting it together, and then you cook it. I'm talking about eggs now. I've been wondering since they've been talking about these eggs. I'll be wondering about these eggs, man. So my sister had boiled some eggs one day, y'all. So I put it in the refrigerator. You know how you put it in the refrigerator, and if you put it too close to the top, the stuff will freeze when you put it up on that top shelf, and you put it all the way back in the back. Well, that's what I did. So I put it in there and I let it unthaw, y'all. Why that egg looked like it had about 50 different layers in there. When you pull the shell off and you start peeling that thing, it looked like it had like 50 different, like it was just layered on top of each other. Like you could just pull layers off of it. Nah, that eggs ain't supposed to be like that.
It took me over 30-something years to eat some eggs.
And they were showing you how over there in China, I'm telling you, they showing us in China how they was making eggs and how they make rice. You got to be careful with
Have y'all seen real eggs?
Have
y'all seen real eggs?
Feeding us plastic.
Yeah, have y'all seen real eggs? Real eggs come in different colors. If you go to a farm,
when you say real eggs, what you mean?
The shells come in different colors. They come in. Yeah, if you see a chicken birth the egg, they come in different colors. Yeah. And you do not have to refrigerate them because they last longer sit on the table.
We used to. Yeah, I grew up on a farm.
Yeah, that's real eggs.
That's what we used to get the eggs from the we used to go out and get the eggs from the whatever they call it, the chicken coop. We used to go to the chicken coop, get the eggs out, and we used to put them in a little basket table. We ain't put them in the refrigerator. We sit them on the table. So we went out there every other day and got eggs. But we sit them on the table. We ain't putting that in the refrigerator. Yeah, I grew up on a farm. Like a lot of this stuff, like, like I don't.
Yeah.
Some of these big old fruits and vegetables that I be seeing in the store, I be wondering how this stuff get that big. But then you see these little TikToks that you probably ain't supposed to see, where they injecting something in something, and then they just grow up overnight.
Yeah,
like half of the fruits and stuff that we eat, they if you do the history on it, the true background on it, where did it come from?
Because an orange,
and then when you start doing the history on where it come from, you'll see how they took one fruit and mixed it with another fruit. A real what?
A real orange is green.
You say a real what?
A
real orange is green. And a real banana is not. It's not yellow. It's got black seeds in the inside.
Like
y'all know that, but y'all crack open a banana ain't got anything to do with it. No, a regular banana, not the papaya. A regular banana, and then they wasn't as long and as big as all that stuff we be going in the store getting some of that stuff, man. And strawberries was not red. Strawberries used to be like white, yellow looking color. Was not red.
We can't eat nothing no more.
I'm telling y'all, check out that dude, Yaki Hickman.
I'm distraught.
That be on there. Y'all, I'll follow some of them people that be on this watermelon and stuff. I'm talking about people were literally talking about watermelons because everybody was on this watermelon kick and was getting watermelons here and there. So you go and get the watermelons, and people going back the next day, watermelon being on exploded in their kitchen or whatever.
Oh yeah,
then
they open it up
and they talk about how it looked like flesh, it didn't look like no watermelon.
Now I remember why my grandmama told us God only promised us bread and water.
Man,
that's it right there.
What'd you say, Patrice?
I said, now I kind of wonder why my grandmama always used to tell us God promised us bread and water. Because the rest of that, y'all scaring me.
Bill Gates coming up with some doggone he coming up with some seeds. These are seeds that they trying to what you call it? Manufactured genetic side, whatever they trying to do. They trying to hybrid them seeds and come up with all this different stuff. Like you look at the different colors of stuff. Man, you watch some of these TikToks. They talk about when you go in the grocery stores and you see how red that meat look. That meat don't be red like that. They say the meat not supposed to be red like that. They say it's a gasoline. They say it's a gas that these people put on that meat that make that meat red like that. And they said they would keep putting it on. They said they'll keep putting it on. They said they would take the meat out the pack. Now this come from people that work in the butcher. They said they would take when the meat start getting old, instead of them reducing. Stop looking like that, Patrice. Instead of them reducing the price, they'll go inject it with some blood, with some regular blood, or they'll put some of that stuff on it, but it'll liven it back up. And what they do for the
I'm about to be a vegan, y'all.
That's what that is. They said that's the meat. That's the meat. That's the meat that's going bad. They are marinated and put seasoning on it, so they cover up the smell and cover up the tartness of the meat. Now I'm telling you, this man said he was a butcher for years, and he said that's what they had to do. And he said to this day he don't eat meat. He don't eat meat because of that. He said if he don't grow it and kill it himself, he don't eat it. And that's a lot of people. They will tell you they don't. Steaks and all that stuff, man. Them folks, man, no. If you don't grow it,
I wanted a chicken wing so bad.
I'm telling you.
I wanted a chicken wing so bad.
Yeah, them chicken wings have all kind of hormones in it. And then you wonder why. Have you wondered why sometimes why we be having anxiety and why we be having all these mood swings? But guess what? When they kill these animals and they put these animals through all this stuff, guess what? All them juices and all them hormones that be coming up out of them, guess where it go? Go where it go to? It go to us. It go in us. All them mood swings that they having when they wringing their neck out, when they going through all their stuff when they wringing their neck. Guess what? All that stuff got to that trauma got to come to somebody. So guess who get the trauma? We do. Through all them juices when the chicken when we be talking about it be letting off his own juices and yeah, that's what it be letting off them hormones. Yeah. Better stop eating.
Next time we see Latanya, she gonna be a size 2 because
what you talking about?
Eat this, I'm not gonna eat that. But you gotta pray over your
I've been looking for a way to lose weight.
You know what? Somebody told me I like Chinese food. They say, it's cats and dogs. I said, honey, the cats and dogs sure do taste good. They sure, the rats and the cats and dogs taste good. I said, I'm just gonna
show what they be feeding
and keep it moving. We survived.
Yeah, that's what they say. Pray over them, yeah. But pray.
We survived. This
praying over. I'm telling you, that lady say she knew that dogs was a delicacy in that particular culture, and she knew that. She said when she told them, she asked them, was they serving? She called the name because she didn't call it dog. But she called the name of what they call it. And they told her no. And she said as soon as they sit down and start eating, and she took a bite, she say she knew because she allergic to dogs.
It
She
barked
allergic
at
to
her.
dogs, but
No.
no, he didn't bark at her. But she almost had a fit because she allergic to dogs. But they closed several
If I
establishments
hear the
around
word
Georgia because
delicacy,
of that.
that means don't eat it. Patrice, you muted. We need to hear all
You
of
on
that.
mute, Patrice.
There's a reason why. That's
We needed to hear
nasty.
all of that.
That is so nasty. That is, ooh, I just went, hell no.
Well, they
That's
eat bugs,
nasty.
they eat worms, they eat all kind of stuff, and they call it a delicatessen. Okay, you think about you eating when people talk about eating that all that money, you paying all that money for caviar. That ain't nothing but baby eggs,
Fish
a whole
eggs.
bunch of fish eggs. That's all it is. Unborn fishes, whole bunch of them.
The
But they
word
pay
delicacy
buku money for that.
means don't eat it.
I bet Black Diamond was like, what did I get
And then you
myself
talk
into
about
today?
Food and food. I'm allergic to all of that, so it doesn't even bother me.
But you don't got to worry about.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I was saying you don't got to worry about her eating none of that.
I don't
'cause she allergic to it.
Yeah, so none of that bothers me as far as what they eat. I'm just sitting there, just like, oh well.
But I'm looking forward to this weight I'm about to drop.
Yeah, I've been saying I got to get on me some kind of vegetable and fruit regiment, but I got to make sure it's some real. I got to make sure it's real fruit and vegetable because you go in the store, you don't know if it's real fruit and vegetable, and then you look at they've been talking about how these people just be stacking stuff on top of stuff. You got to make sure you check stuff out before you go in the stuff. Best thing to do is just start growing your own fruits and vegetables.
I had a bell pepper that didn't have any seeds, and you know bell peppers have a lot of seeds in the middle. And I cut this bell
whole
pepper.
bunch of seeds. Yeah, it's supposed to have a whole bunch of seeds.
No seeds, none.
Latanya,
generic pepper.
Yeah, they made that.
Why don't you do a virtual weight loss with everybody? A challenge. You weigh yourself. You don't have to reveal it.
So my thing is, the thing of it is Angela done said all of this about food. I'm just gonna waste away. It's not that I'm trying to lose weight. My options of food is just diminished.
Girl, my stomach over here turning around.
Well, they got all kind of fruits and vegetables that I'm about to start tapping into, stuff that I didn't even know nothing about because, honey, I can't do this fake stuff. And then they just made it legal. They just said that these people can do this, that they can produce this stuff from cells, and they don't have to be like chickens. Man, them chickens don't be real chicken. They don't be hatched from no eggs. They just, they take them, what they eat, embryos and put them in a thing. Man, you talking about, you be looking at the how they be having them in them silver containers out there on the farm thing. Man, them be chickens growing. All them things, man. And then how they be doing the cows now.
They clones. Man. They clone chicken.
But we not supposed to be drinking milk anyway. We aren't supposed to drink milk.
We get enough milk by the time we're 7.
When you stop breastfeeding, that's when your milk days are over. Because you don't need no calcium. No calcium don't come from no milk. You can fruits and vegetables and all that is high in vitamins and calcium. Everything we need for our bodies and our fruits and our vegetables and berries.
That eat all that stuff, that eat the Chinese food, they eat the seafood, they drink the milk. I don't miss any of that because I'm allergic to all of that stuff. So you guys just got to come over and try to do something different. They don't have a Whole Foods health store down there where you're at?
Man, Whole Foods,
we got one.
A whole lot of money in
Whole Food ain't no good.
You're gonna pay for it being sick, or you're gonna we're trying to be.
I had to give you the low down on Whole Food the next time. They ain't no good either.
Lord have mercy.
Whole Foods ain't no good
trying
either.
to take us out.
They were selling all that GMO.
People are going to start doing
GMO. They were selling all that stuff that was illegally made stuff.
I'm confused.
They were selling all that illegally made stuff.
Too.
Then I kill my adulthood with the chicken and the steak. Then you kill my childhood saying I can't drink milk. I sitting up here giving this bottled water dirty looks. What next?
Girl, eat what you gonna eat and be happy and pray over your
Pray
food.
about it and keep it moving.
Like this lady told me, she was 85 years old, and I got a friend that's 92 years old. I said, what have you done different? She said, nothing. I said, well, did you eat something special? She said, honey, I ate what I want to eat, and I was happy. So be happy.
Stress-free.
You know what you can and cannot eat, and God gonna cover us. Just pray over your food, keep it moving. You'll be all right. Now you know you don't need no bacon.
Well, I still don't know about all
will give you a heart attack. Leave the bacon alone. You know the cupcake's gonna make your butt big. Leave it alone.
Black Diamond said something about food prep. I tried that.
I don't know about all that. I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical on that.
Might be a little easier for you if you do it with somebody, because if you're doing it alone, lie to yourself.
I'm skeptical about that. Well, I have enjoyed y'all tonight, and I look forward to this again on next month. This is us. This is who we are. This is the stuff that we like to talk about. We just like to have fun and enjoy each other. And I tell you, I enjoy being able to just chat with them and be able to talk about the things that we want to talk about, non-censored, without anybody putting any regulations and any guidelines on what we can talk about. This is us. So this is us in the natural. As we close, anybody want to say anything to close us out as we close until next time? Anything about y'all shows? Y'all got shows coming up. Y'all can shout your shows out before we close.
I have a show tomorrow night where Travita will be hosting my show, interviewing me. So please, please, please join in Delayed But Not Denied, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
My show is on the 6th. That's a Friday, 8 p.m.
All right.
Dr. Holmes, and we're talking about the power of the seed. So I know that people are going to come out to talk about that because he wrote a book on the power of the seed, and I had to read it twice. And it is something.
All right.
Touch with the power of the seed. It's good.
I have a bonus show this Thursday. I will be speaking with author Kevin Eastman. He's going to talk about making your dreams and your goals a priority.
Wow.
And I'm going to drink water because they don't turn me off from food.
Right.
Apostle, you got anything going on this week?
Oh, I didn't know y'all want me to say anything. I'm on there every Sunday. Come home. Stop talking about it. That's my podcast. Every Sunday.
Well, I will be on. Of course, I won't be on this week on the Crew podcast, but of course, I will be over on the WBNN Wednesday night. I am carrying my suicide awareness. What am I doing? My suicide awareness campaign on over to that network as well. So I will be continuing that journey with suicide prevention. I have two amazing guests that's going to be stopping by, sharing with me. As always, I invite everyone to be a part of all of the platforms that I am a part of. So you have an opportunity to call in, chat with me and my guests. I will be back on the Crew podcast on the 27th. I will have 4 amazing guests. We're going to be talking about and bringing awareness to the things that go on behind prison walls and how those are affected, that have individuals behind prison walls. I have some prison wives and girlfriends that's going to be stopping by and sharing with me. One is a correction officer. She is a parole and probation and parole officer. She's been married to her husband now for 5 years. And he's been incarcerated for 7 years. So that's going to be interesting. So I want you guys to make sure you tune in and love beyond the walls. Make sure you tune in and chat with me if you have any questions that you would like to ask those guests. Make sure that you tune in, post your questions. As with any of these shows, if you have questions that you would like to ask, post your question, even if it's after, if you see the replay. I try to go back and look at the replays and answer and comment on the questions. But if you have questions, you always can email us at the crew podcast 2023 at gmail.com. You always can email us your questions and we will answer them when we're back live on air. So I just want to thank you guys for all of your support. If you are not following us, make sure that you go over, like, and follow us over on the Crew Podcast on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on all major podcast platforms as the Crew Podcast. I tell you, you will not be disappointed if you tune in to these amazing queens. I guarantee you will walk away educated, empowered, and encouraged on this journey we call life. So again, thank you guys for tuning in and getting to know us in our realness, uncensored. I love you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.